Hey, you there! Thank you for watching, and welcome to Frontline Forever. Today I have an 8v8 custom match here on the most amazing Noxus map generator on Chaos Saturday. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. But I will note beforehand, this game is over an hour long, so it's going to be an epic today. So get your popcorn, get your drinks, get your beef jerky, all of your stinky snacks and whatnot, because like I said, it's going to be a long one. We'll start with Team 1 on the western side of the map, then Team 2 on the eastern side of the map. Taking a look at Team 1, let's go northern and then go south. We have in royal blue, it is TeslaMax playing as an Aeon. He is a 1700. In tropical ocean blue to his south, we have the UEF of OriginalAngel. He is a 1300. In rust next door to him, we have Yonagi playing as a Cybern. He is a 1900. He is the highest rated player on Team 1 and tied for the highest rated player overall. In emerald green to his south, running off the northern side for Team 1, it is Weeb playing as a UEF. He is a 1600. To the best color and faction combination in all of Supreme Commander, in my opinion, it is the forest green UEF player of CupofDoggo. He is a 1200. Right next door to him in orange, the color orange, his customary color, it is the Billy Nuke ambassador himself. He is an 1800. His name is Firv. To his south, we have in Stitch Blue, it is Weedwhacker 1 playing as a Cyber, and he is an 1100. And then finally, rounding off Team 1, we have in Light Octane, it is Legend Lord 2 playing as a Cyber, and he is a 1600. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 4 UEF. They have 3 Cyberns, 1 Aeon, and then 0 Seraphim. Moving on to Team 2 side of the map, we'll start with the north and then go southward. We have in Batman Gray, it is the Cybern of Peenutzzz. He is a 1400, again playing as a Cybern. Next door to him in Barbie Pink, it is Dorset playing as a Seraphim. He is an 1100. To his south in Chevy Crimson, we have Just Q playing as a UEF. He is an 1800. And rounding off the northern side for Team 2, we have Rikki-Tikki-Tavi in Blood Angel Red as a Cybern as a 1200. And in Regal Purple to his south, it is Ozymandias Sleeves playing as a UEF. He is a 1600. In Glow in the Dark Dean, next door to him, it is StormLantern playing as a Cybern. He is a 1900. He is the highest rated player on Team 2. He's also tied with Yonagi on Team 1 for the highest rated player overall. And making his way pretty close to the middle of the map here already, it is aptly named FrostMonster playing in Snow White as a UEF as a 1400. And then rounding off Team 2 and the game of this 16-player game, it is EcoPlayer 7 playing as a UEF in Pac-Man Yellow as, again, a 1700. So for Team 2 side of the map, they also have 4 UEF. They also have 3 Cyberns, but they subbed out Team 1's Aeon for a Seraphim. So again, the one and only Seraphim of the game is on Team 2. The one and only Aeon is on Team 1. And for these 16 players on the map, let's take a look at their reclaim situation as we see the first combi come action happen between Eco and Legend Lore 2, currently sitting at 33,000 mass in reclaim, which for a 16-player game is just about 2k mass per player, and it is where we expect it to be in the middle of the map, where players are now literally fighting over it as we speak. Taking a look at comm distribution, all the comms from Team 1 on the western side have moved southward. Same thing on the eastern side for Team 2, and then the same thing on the northern side. I don't see, besides TeslaMax, not really making his way to the more central focus of the northern side. Everybody has left their main base at a bare minimum, so it is a 4v4 in the south. And it is essentially a 4v4 in the north as well, but technically it's a 3v4 with TeslaMax not really being there. He's just nearby. And again, with his 16-player game, I will miss stuff. I will miss kills and whatnot, so just be patient with me as I get through this hour-plus long game. It's gonna be a long one. And I was surprised that it worked, because it's 8v8, which rarely happens to begin with, and then most of the time they end up getting desynced on top of that, and then it's over an hour long, so I was like, oh, there's no way this one works, and then it did. I was surprised, so I was like, I gotta cast it immediately. So here we are. Advanced range started for TeslaMax in the north. We still have shots between Eco and Legend Lord in the south. Eco has the hit point advantage, and It's not looking good for Legend. We'll keep a track on him just for a second. In the north, we did see that Peenutzzz and OriginalAngel got into it a little bit. They're both in the green, so no worries there yet. Yonagi in a rooted to the spot situation with his gun upgrade. Same thing on the other side of the plateau with FrostMonster rooted to the spot at his location, going for a gun upgrade as well. Storm might assist that. We do see Firv walk into the two comms there. We see some shots between Storm and Firv, and then FrostMonster, of course, is there. And we do see Legend Lore is going to get killed off here pretty early in the game by Eco, but Eco may or may not make it out of there. There are units starting to surround Eco's retreat. These are going to get transferred over to somebody on Team 1, and it is going to be now a 7v8 in favor for Team 2, which is the eastern side of the map. And those forces still shooting at Eco players. Comm dropping him into the low reds, and there he goes. Defeated by Yonagi, technically defeated by Legend Lore, technically, but didn't want to play the game, I guess, as Legend Lore 2, and that is now a 7v7. Technically a trade, it's more of a delayed one, but, you know, the martyrdom, I guess, at that point. We have Gun again started here for Frost. He's almost done with that. Ozzy started his T2 upgrade next door to him. My slot sucked anyway, says Eco, so it looks like he's just didn't want to have any enjoyable time there, unfortunately. We do see Gun started for Dorset. Gun also started for Just Q. We see the upgrading of the comms has started for Team 2. Team 1, it's just Yonagi to the north, and then TeslaMax. It doesn't look like... Oh, no, we have T2 online for Weeb, but in the south, no upgrades yet. Firv has taken some damage. He might go for Nano. He might go for T2. He might go for Gun. He has a couple of different options, of course, too. And we have a couple of units starting to run by Team 2 on the southern side. We do see Gun has been started for Firv, but he thought about it. Frost started walking and went, oh, wait, and walked back. That might give Firv enough time to finish the gun upgrade and put them on even footing. Stealth started for Rikki-Tikki-Tavi to the north. He's done with his gun upgrade. Gun upgrade started here now for Peenutzzz. And then we do see TeslaMax pushing in on Peenutzz's position to the north. I like, emphasizing the Z at the end because there's a couple of Z's at the end. Anyway, it's just, it's Peenutzzz, but, it's just the way that his name is spelt and whatnot. Nano repair started for FrostMonster, getting a little bit more tankier on the already tankier UEF comms. Can't be as tanky as the Seraphim ones, though, with all the upgrades. But, the close second isn't too bad. Close second by like 10,000 hit points. We do see TeslaMax still pushing in first vet for him. And we do see a quad mech position. We're even talking about mexes, and there's really actually not a lot of mexes on the map. There's a quad mex here, a twin mex there, no mexes there. In the south, again, quad mex, twin mex. Thought I saw a tri-mex position. Yeah, there's one right here. There's not a lot of additional mexes. Most of these players' eco are going to come from either artificial or just getting bases from their teammates. That's probably where the eco is going to be coming from primarily. Again, reclaim early on in the beginning, but that's the number is going to be probably severely down by this point. 7,000, and that's with units dying and whatnot and structures. So yeah, that's been pretty much scooped up all at this point. We do see now with the gun upgrade and the Nano online, Frost is starting to push in against Firv, who went for T2, so a little bit more hit points, a little bit more regen. T2PD will be built. It looks like they're trying to create some sort of a buffer zone on that southern side. This is not looking terribly good for Team 2 on the southern edge because it's StormLantern. He's split in terms of his bases. He does have T3 Arrow online, but again, he's focusing on this, and then he's going over here, dealing with that, and then going back to dealing with that. It's not a big jump, but then Team 1's player of Weeb Control K's, maybe he took a lot of damage, maybe not, but Rikki-Tikki-Tavi is perfectly fine in terms of damage. Actually, he pretty much just took the damage from the explosion, and I don't see any comments. The next game, I guess, is Legend Lore. Anyway, but yeah, Team 1's Weeb Control K is making this now a 6v7. That might have been a straight-up kill because we do see Dorset is here as well. And he a little bit less damage, but a little bit more damage, I should say, but not by much. It either makes me think the comm was busy doing a PD or some structure build and didn't want to give the kill to somebody on Team 2, so just Control K. I probably will do a little camera cut-in thing, a picture-in-picture, but I don't know. It could have just been he saw the writing on the wall and just control K'd anyways. Because there's pretty much no damage on either commander. And I thought Weeb had a gun online. I could be wrong, but he had at least T2 on a bare minimum. Do you see Tesla still pushing in? Just Q's over here. He has gun online. Peenutzzz heavily damaged, but still in the fight. We do see Storm now starting a gun upgrade. Sorry, a stealth upgrade. Finished the gun upgrade. Shield is done for Frost. He has gun, shield, and nano. 32,000 plus hit points on board. No veterancy yet. That is a pretty tanky comm nonetheless. He should be the one in front. And it's Ozymandias with gun, missile, and T2. So we have a more longer range, more offensive capable comm. He's essentially the fighter, and he's the tank, to use more barbarian or whatever version of cleric could be another word for it in D&D terms. We do see TeslaMax getting hit by gunships from Team 2's Just Q, dropping him to about 50. We don't see any Air Forces yet or AA in the area. There's one little Thistle, but one Thistle is not going to be enough. We do see some Percys emerging for OriginalAngel. Missile is inbound, does get shot down. And that front line for Team 1 is being pushed back by those two commanders. Pew, pew, pew. And it's no longer pew-pewing anymore. We do see forces from Team 1's Weed Whacker pushing in to distract at least something from Team 2 to maybe pull one of the comms back at a bare minimum, but they're still charging forward. And we do see Yonagi running around with his gun upgrade. And Rikki-Tikki-Tavi and Dorset are falling back. Looks like they're consolidating power a little bit. Again, there's not really a lot of mexes to grab in the middle, bar just, again, the couple of positions. There is some plateau mexes, some being literally 2. So, yeah, it's nice to have, but it's not a big deal. The bigger deal comes from putting an Omni up there, putting artillery, missile launchers, using that more of a longer range option, or just AA to just kind of maybe force gunships or ASS from Team 1 to have to go around rather than straight down the middle. Because that is technically a straight line into the T3 land headquarters to Ozzy, or even if you go this way, it's a straight line into the air grid for Storm, so it is worth it to fly over the middle in some regards. But Ozzy is being surrounded by Team 1 forces. Those forces from Weed Whacker fall back and intercept these two commanders. Again, Frost is not taking the damage, which he probably hopes that he was, because Ozzy doesn't have nano. Frost does. Firv is coming in to try to maybe seal the deal here. Oh, 1,500 hit points are falling. He's going to get underneath some shielding. He's going to get hit by CupofDoggo. There's a Percy or two there as well, and he's got to get out of there. Frost is going to now be in the direct line of fire, and Firv is still trying to go after the comm, and we do see the comm of Firv getting booped by the comm of Frost, and now it's essentially kind of a really interesting 2v2 where these two are focusing on Frost, and these two, it looks like, are focusing on Firv. Again, Ozzy is heavily damaged. He just needs maybe 1 or 2 kills, and he'll be fine. But here comes some gunships from Team 1's Yonagi, and that's the kill on Team 2's Yonagi. Not see Ozymandias. Frost gets a little bit of AoE from that, but now Firv is being hit by the gunships. ASF fight over the top, and gunship can attack gunship here. It looks like Firv is going to get out of there, so Team 1 scores a kill there. Drops up to an even now 6v6 at 16 minutes on the clock. And Frost is heavily damaged. Those gunships may or may not come back. Percys are still inbound. He only needs a couple more shots. He took another hit there. Ooh, trying to get behind the facility to block some shots. It's going to help a little bit. Couple of Mongoose inbound from Frost to distract a little bit. It looks like he will get out. Maybe, possibly, maybe. I say that, I'm going to go to another part of the map, and then a gunship or two come say hi, and then he's dead. It happens all the time, so I'm just kind of waiting. I'm waiting. No, I don't see anything. He pulled the Percy's back. CupofDoggo did, so Nano started here for Storm. In the background, Weed Whacker done with gun in his base. To the north, heavy shield. He's going for Aeon Sniper heavy tank, or tank in general. Love to see that. We do see shield started for Q, nano repair started for Peenutzzz. He's back almost into the green, partially from the stealth upgrade, partially just from the time that he's been regenning. And Team 1 has made a big effort. Again, in the south, we have, 2 dead players for Team 2. Yeah, Eco was down here and Ozzy was down here. Team 1 has killed off 1 up here and then 1 up here. So not a lot of APM in the south for Team 2, but it's about a little bit in favor for Team 1 in the north because it is still 4. But Team 1's player of Dorset has been killed off by OriginalAngel. That confused me because I was like, wait, hold on a second. But some Percy's came right as I was talking about this. Never mind. It's now a 3v3 up in the north, and it's a 3v2 in the south. So it is in favor for Team 1 now, I believe, for the first time in the game at a 6v5. As I'm distracted talking about nonsense, as it always is, and it's just, right in my face, and I just miss it. I'm staring right at it, and I miss it. Apologies for that, but of course that will definitely be a little picture-in-picture there. Just Q does have gun and shield online, kills off 2 Percys there. It's going to get some nice veterancy for him. Loyalist inbound, not going to be too worried about that. The Percys are definitely the bigger target to eliminate. Again, he has shield. He can use that to just annoy the Loyalist. That one probably didn't need to be overcharged, but the next one will be. There it is. One taps that. Another explosion in the south. Firv is killed off by StormLantern's Titans as I'm watching another engagement to the north, and that's another kill here for Team 2, dropping it now to a 5v5, and it's just back and forth. It's just a tennis match, just boing, 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 boing. Just won't stop. Again, at 18 and a half minutes almost on the clock, we've lost 6 players, 3 on each team. Not even at 20 minutes yet. Players will just not stop dying. And again, in 8v8s, it's players are going to die very quickly. It's just going to happen. We have those same Loyalists? Different Loyalists? I know those were Storm's Loyalists, so now moving into Intercept. Looks like Storm now has some UEF technology. Love to see him using the shielding, because again, the Cybrands do not have mobile shielding. The Seraphim have it at T3, and Cybrands are the only ones that don't have mobile shielding, which I guess is fine because they have other things. They have a Deceiver, the only mobile stealth field T2 unit. They have also the Monkey Lord, but that's a T4 unit. It's a little different. Same kind of concept, but different. Anyway, Nano Repair starting here for Rikki-Tikki-Tavi to the north. Trying to get some hit points back, but he has full HP, so he's just going to get more nano, regen, whatnot. Does that give him more hit points? I don't remember if this one gives him more hit. I don't think the nano does. I think it's just the regen. Oh, it does give him more hit points. Okay, never mind. For some reason, I thought it only gave I thought it only gave nano. It only gave more regen, not actual hit points. Anyway, the North T2 upgrade started here for Team 2's Just Q. Decent force of Titans. Actually, those aren't Titans. Those are Loyalists. And some Percys inbound. That nano's really going to keep Rikki-Tikki-Tavi alive there. And then Just Q, of course, is right there with gun, nano, and T2. So a little bit more hit point focused. And then to the north, we have Aeon tank with a sniper on board, with Peenutzzz with gun and nano. The range, again, it's going to favor Team 1. Hit points is going to favor Team 1. Region, obviously, is going to favor Team 2. But again, base hit points, it's about dead even, and then 25 additional 1,000. And then now it's actually completely in favor for Team 1. So one-on-one engagement, Peenutzzz will lose that fight. If he had laser, that's a completely different story, but he doesn't. 20 minutes on the clock, 5v5. Eco's about to hit 1,000 for Team 2, slightly behind that for Team 1. But again, in an now 5v5 game, technically started as 8v8. It's not that bad to be that behind. If it was, maybe 150, 200, maybe that's a different story. But, being, even 50 behind, honestly, not that bad. It's not that bad. Do you see CupofDoggo going for his gun upgrade? Probably might go for shield, because a lot of people are dying, so definitely want to have a little bit more protection. We do see a large force starting to emerge here from Weed Whacker. It looks like Cybrand forces heading to this clump, and then it looks like, it's actually 2 different clumps. I don't know why there's 2 different clumps here, but there is. Is it both Cybrand bases? Oh, it is both Cybrand bases. I thought it was Cybrand and UEF. Never mind. But in a game with 8 UEF out of 16, half of the player base in this game are UEF, I do expect to see at least somebody go for Billy Nuke. But the Ambassador has been killed off, so that's not a guarantee anymore. So we will see if somebody does go for it. I do suspect it at this point, but we shall see. Team 2 only has 2 UEF players left. Same with Team 1. CupofDoggo almost done with his gun upgrade now in the south. We have some spearheads raining in onto StormLantern's parade there. We have Nano Repair started here for Yonagi. We have Raz started for OriginalAngel. He has the engineering drone upgrade online, which is nice to see. A little bit of some utility on board that. Of course, that's the shield slot, so he does sacrifice the ability to get some additional hit points that way. We do see those T3 mobile shielding, which if you haven't seen, I believe it's yesterday's game, those things absolutely saved the life of one of the players in the game. It was that whole engagement was insane. If you haven't seen it, oh my goodness. It was like on pins and needles watching. And it happened 2 times. 2 times it happened that game. It was crazy. That the Mad Lad was just not able to be killed. It was nuts. CupofDoggo almost done with his nano upgrade. And we're starting to see a little bit more of an evening out of the middle, but maybe slightly in favor of Team 2. We do see TeslaMax's shield is pretty much depleted. T2PD being built in a fallback position. Love that. Peenutzzz is still charging. Needs to get the bricks in front of him. He's going to take a chunk of damage from those PD emplacements here shortly. The shield is collapsing, not only on board the comm himself, but also the shield nearby. Looks like they're getting more defenses online. Trying to get a T2PD there. That's not going to be built. Looks like it's a pre-built where it's a shield, PD, AA, and then a TMD there. I do like it. Nice having blueprints and whatnot, but I don't think it's going to last much longer. There goes the one shield. Get the other shield offline, and then it's just a nice little shooting gallery there. We do see gunships try to go after CupofDoggo. Says, nah, not dealing with that. Percy's moving up to try to go after CupofDoggo. That's a nah from him again, so he's not going to get sniped, at least right now. Team 2 has the Air Force going. We'll see Team 2's at 50 for Storm. Anybody else in air? T2 air, land. And I think, wow, in an 8v8, only 1 player for Team 2. Oh, no, no, that's a land. Never mind. There's a T2 air, but not T3 air. Team 1, any additional players other than just Yonagi? He's at 47, so roughly dead even in that regard. Looks like land. Maybe something's going to be built up there. Maybe not. And then it's land. Yeah. Oh, wow. It just strikes me as a little odd that it's 1 player each on each team. Usually you maybe would think there were 1 air player on maybe the north side and the south side kind of thing, and you'd have 2, 1 for each section of the map. But I guess not. Maybe somebody else will go into it because there is T2 air for Rikki-Tikki-Tavi, but right now it's not happening. But Team 2 has a hole that Team 1 is about to exploit. They're moving forces close to southward. Storm is over here who can intercept. We also see Frost, Gun, Nano, and Shield. Again, there are some bricks here. There's a lot of Team 1 spam. They are indirect weapons, though, Medusa. So as long as Frost is continuing to move, he should be fine. But we already have a teleporter started for Weed Whacker. He already has laser online. I have a couple of ideas what he's going after. Airgood would be an easy target. Lots of mexes in the main bases as well. Looks like players started with 5, it looks like. So that's 100 plus. Actually, that's 120 plus mass right there to kill off all 5. Just move forward with Team 1, says Legend Lord, to Weed Whacker directly. And the Whalers are actually targeting all of the bricks. They're dealing with the T3 units. And then they're going to, of course, go down from there. Essentially going after the officers and then moving downward. Kind of like that scene from The Patriot, if you've ever seen. That's a great movie, by the way. Haven't seen The Patriot? Such a good movie. Really good movie with Heath Ledger and Mel Gibson. Such a good movie. And then, ooh, that air fight. Did not go very well for Team 1. I believe it's Cybern v. Cybern affair in terms of air. Oh, it's Cybern versus UEF affair. So, if I remember correctly, Cybern are better in the small groups and then not really so much later on. It was a slight advantage, I think, for the Cybern ASF player of StormLantern. Again, there's a lot of forces on the ground here. There are still some bricks dotted around, but with some additional forces with Percy's. Again, definitely not the unit to counter a lot of T1 spam. Probably the Titan. We can get some maybe Loyalists or even just some of those Riptides. Something that shoots very quickly and does some damage. We have Percy's to the north as well. They're just sandwiching this position of Medusa. Look at this, just absolutely, literally one-tapping every unit. And we have a couple of bounces in there targeting the gunships. Nice grab there. Kills off 1 gunship. Might grab a second or third one here real quick. I thought I saw another bouncer. The one that was there, I guess. Maybe some units will get past the defenses. There are some Percys being built in this base. There are some Cougars being built in that base. So maybe they'll do some damage in the base, but looks like Storm is moving in to deal with the rest of them. Common open, says Weeb. Telly here says Storm. Yeah, target the air grid. There is a monkey wood being built nearby. Is the Telly done is the question. It is. He hasn't started it yet. If the monkey wood gets close to it being constructed, that might actually be a backfire on Team 1. We'll see if he gets there or not. Going to try to keep track of him a little bit. Shield started for Doggo in the south. In the north, lots of wall sections. I'm going to try to cut through that here shortly, I'd imagine. Also wall section for Team 2. And it's kind of funneling the action down this avenue where we see TeslaMax. Is this shield online? It is not. He's still waiting for it to reach. And that is the one downside for having such a huge shield, huge capacity of shield, is that you have to wait for it to fully regen to activate. That is the one case where the bubble shield UEF commander upgrade is beneficial, because I believe it has better regen and only has 5,000 instead of 25,000 or 15,000 or 8,000 even, so it can get back up to full again and activate again. So it's a nice thing, but total hit points, I'm just not a fan of the bubble shield for the UEF commander himself. Now the SACUs, that's a different story. But here comes Weed Whacker. He teleports in, teleports on the far side of the monkey ward. Whether he knew that or not, no idea. Yeah, maybe they assume that's there, but never be too careful. We do have one gunship here. Weed Whacker is moving. He went up right to 5-star vet. We have some Team 1 PD. That's not going to be enough to stop him. We have Team 1 bombers. They're moving northward to Storm's base for the UEF tech side of things. There's, again, nothing really that Weed Whacker can do in terms of extra additional hit points, because, again, he's already at 5. We have Team 1 PD trying to be built. I mean, they get one off. It's going to help a little bit. T3 land. He probably doesn't want to lose, but he might actually save it. No, yeah, saves it. There he goes. Weed Whacker comes in, kills off most of the air grid. More importantly, killed off the headquarters at a bare minimum. And there goes a Cybern for Team 1. They have one more remaining, being Yonagi, and they still have their Aeon of Tesla with the 2 UEF. So it is now a 5v4 once again in favor for Team 2, now at 28 minutes on the clock. And I did not miss that one, so there's that. Fat Boy in the north there for Team 1. Kind of surprised we haven't seen more of those yet. There is a GC. Love to see more of the less amount of tech represented be shown. We do see a chicken also up here for Team 2's Just Q, because he has the Seraphim base once belonging to Dorset. Looks like Rikki-Tikki-Tavi is going back to base. A large amount of Team 1 units here. Again, Lobos. And again, a bunch of Percys and, of course, the Othams. Looks like about an order of Othams and about a charge of Percys. We do see about a charge or so of Percys, maybe 2 of them inbound. Team 2 has their own charge as well. Everybody's just charging up those Percys like they're, very high, fast charging cables for phones and whatnot. Man, I can't talk today. I was on a flight earlier today, so maybe I'm just kind of jet lagged a little bit. It was a short flight for work, so it was about not even an hour, but still kind of just we do see GCs being escorted by some brick walls there. Looks like about 2 of them almost. We do see that, again, Tesla is on the front line near some additional shielding, both in the Fat Boy department and in the Asylum department. There is a chicken here. Also, the chicken only has to really just walk up and say hi. There are some sniper bots here for Team 1 and for Team 2. So both using the longer range tech to their advantage. It is about 30 minutes. Multiple players in this game have multiple bases. I'm wondering if anybody's building anything exciting. We do have looks like the air grid's going to be built there. Nothing in the background there. Yonagi has 2 bases down here. Another Fat Boy going to be built in the pond. I do love that it's being built in the pond. I do like that. SMD. Oh, no, that's just a mass fab farm. That's underneath shielding. I also love that. And nothing yet from Team 1. Team 2, anything in the north? No, and no. Fatty says Legend Lore. There goes the Fatty. And there's a Fatty down there for Team 2. There's a Monkey Lore for Team 2, but that's going to get annihilated by Percys. And there it goes. Here comes those bricks. The chicken is still here. Team 2 kills off the Fatty. That's a decent amount of the momentum gone for Team 1. And looks like thanks, says CupofDoggo, talking about, hey, there's a Fatty there. Love the call-outs from Team 1. We do see some forces down here pulling away some of those forces from the main engagement. It is bricks via Percys. We do see a couple of Percy shots kind of landing in the direction, so it's going to favor Team 2. And Fat Boy's going to help out. And there's a crab here as well from Rikki-Tikki-Tavi. TeslaMax finishes another GC. Looks like it's semi-assisted by OriginalAngel. And that's going to help out Team 1 finish that even faster. It's nice assistance there on the same project. I do love the cooperation there. You know, make things faster, make things get on the front line faster. Hopefully hold the line is the idea. Fat Boy inbound again from Team 2's Just Q. Is he building any more? Maybe, maybe not. He does have T2 and Missile. He does have T3 being built. We could see the first Billy Nuke, at least that I've noticed. And Chicken chasing away the Percy's and the GC. But there is a second GC, and that will eradicate the hit points on board that Chicken very, very quickly. There's a little bit of some clink cameras here. That not enough to kill a Fat Boy, but enough to annoy it at a bare minimum, maybe cause it to fall back. GC walking closer to the Chicken. Definitely do not suggest that. Second GC now within range. If he doesn't start moving now, he's not going to get within range of the Ion Storm. And he doesn't move it anyways. That's a little unfortunate. And the shield's going to be not that helpful because it's going to activate right... Yep, there it is. Team 1's not within range of that. The shielding near the comm is getting hit. Start a Mega, says Weed Whacker. And we do see the Mega, speaking of which, for Team 2, slowly pushing northward. Not a lot of action happening this way. There looks like a lot of the wall sections were destroyed or removed or vice versa. So there's a little bit of an avenue, but it's not a great one, to be honest. ASF count should be favoring Team 1 just because of the fact that Team 1 took out a huge chunk of the air grid for Team 2. 120 to Team 2's... Yeah, 92. It is an advantage for Team 1. It's not a big one, but it is enough to be concerning. It might come down to a turn or two. Tac Nuke is done. That was a very quick Billy Nuke for Just Q. That is the first one that I've noticed. UEF comms for Team 1. Nope, that's Ras. Nope, that's Shield. And then the only one for Team 2 is Frost, which he doesn't have one. So the only one, which is unfortunately, is for Team 2's Just Q. And that Megawith got absolutely Uno reverse there. There are two Fat Boys here now. Yep, that's going to encourage those GCs to go bye-bye. Tesla's going to go in the water. There's a Fat Boy here for Team 1 now. And somebody mentioned in a comment either a day or so ago a freezer of Fat Boys. That is such a good one. There's been a couple of good ones. A Raytheon of Torrents was also a good one that I saw. I was like, oh man, these are way better than I could have ever come up with. So I think I'm going to do 4 experimentals because they are expensive. It's a lot easier to build 12 of a mainline unit than it is to build 4. Maybe I'll even do 3, but maybe 4 of the experimentals. And then maybe probably just stick with 4 for like, because the Torrents are kind of expensive as well. So the naval units are different than land and air units, I think, because they're just more expensive individually. That's just how it is. And Megalith getting hit by 2 Fat Boys. That's never fun. There is an Omni that does provide a lot of intelligence for Team 2. That is not the right player who owns that. There we go. That is everything that he can 100% see. And then, of course, there is a lot of stuff that he can see as well because it's not underneath some stealth. And at 33 minutes on the clock, we are approaching the mid-game. Because in the mid-game, it's about 35 minutes technically. Team 1 at 4 players left. Team 2 at 5. So advantage to Team 2 there. Eco is in favor of Team 1, 2.3 to 2.1. Team 1 has a nuke, and it is being loaded now. And that's the only thing I see. Big ticket item built. Team 2, anything big ticket item yet? No. Expansion to air grid, that's pretty normal. Artillery has been started by Just Q, but it isn't done yet, so I won't count it. And there are some SMDs dotted around, I think, for both teams. So, nuke in favor for Team 1. Eco in favor for Team 1. Map control starting to favor Team 1, but it is very fluid, especially in the north. So, we'll just say 50-50, call it a day, and be done with it. But let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game, who you think is going to be MVP, and all of the shenanigans so far. Thank you so much for watching to this point in the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hit the like button, subscribe. Also do all the other YouTube things. I think hype is a thing. I don't know. YouTube likes to do a lot of stuff and change a lot of stuff. So do all the YouTube things. If you want to do all the YouTube things, thank you so much for your watching. Regardless of you doing any of those things, I really do appreciate the support. And this Billy Nuke is going to hurt. Is there a loyalist in the mix? No, there is not. Boom! Kills off about a wall section of those bricks. Actually, probably maybe even save the life of that Mega, maybe. Oof. That Fat Boy is heavily damaged. It's been eaten. There's like 1 bite left. Gets a little bit of veterancy, so maybe not just 1 bite, maybe 2 bites left. I think they are, as much as I like Klondike bars, and I really do like Klondike bars, I think the Fat Boy is the superior, like, bigger ice cream sandwich. Just because once you bite into a Klondike, it immediately just disintegrates because the outer coating is very thin. So it's easier to definitely eat a Fat Boy. But again, I think the ice cream itself is better within a Klondike. But it's just, they could put the ice cream within a Klondike inside of a Fat Boy. Ooh, just, that'd be perfection. Is that the cookie, the actual, like, no, the other part of the sandwich. I don't think it's not bread. Whatever the heck it's made out of for the Fat Boy sandwiches and all the other ice cream sandwiches it's good. It's pretty normal. So I haven't seen or had one of a sandwich that's like, oh my goodness, this is the best not ice cream part of the sandwich kind of thing. It's very just standard. It leaves that stuff on your hands when you eat it. I'll leave some of it on its hands. It's kind of like Cheetos, but not as messy. 2 Fat Boys in the south. Megawith as well. Team 1 has 1 Fat Boy. A lot of Percy's shielding. AA. I love all of that. There are some spearheads dotted in there as well. Lovely combination of the everything from Team 1. He just needs a Billy Nuke, which he does not have yet. And looks like somebody wrote, I think that's, I don't know. I don't know if that's Legend Lore or if that's Eco that wrote Nuke there. But he's probably saying build a nuke or he is the nuke, one or the other. That might be Legend Lore. It's kind of, yeah, it looked a little bit more muted, so that would have been him. But the UEF will be UEFing this game as usual. Team 1's player of OriginalAngel has built the first of, I would assume, many satellites. It is next to a mass fab farm. Probably not the best place to put it, but I will admit at least there is a little bit of space, and it's not trying to get some adjacency, which I do appreciate that, so thank you. So there is that. It's kind of close, but, you know, it's better. Hopefully he builds a shield, because the second one will be without a shield, and that would be unfortunate for something to go say hi to it. Soothsayer coming on the front line to get some vision. Also love that. If it stays there, that's a different question. 2 Megas. 2 Fat Boys. I mean, the hit points alone are going to allow 1 Mega to get within range of at least both of the fatties. And GC to the north is heavily damaged now. I think, honestly, these bricks could just go and say hi to it and kill it off and be done with it. North, we see a little bit more kinetic action now. We have 2 Fat Boys engaging the Mega while the 2 Fat Boys are engaging the Mega. So nice little trading going on there. Lots of the forces from Doggo are moving into that Megawith, though. And I don't think that Megawith is going to have a fun time in the mix of that. And it's actually going to cause some crash damage on the Team 2's units. That's also unfortunate. There it goes. Kills off 4 or 5 of them. Fat Boys are in full retreat, though. That will start to favor Team 2 as the forces try to catch up to it. Looks like the Fat Boys might be aiming for either this guy or they're aiming for the pond. I'd say maybe the pond just to, you know, actually be protected. But Billy Nuke not only cements the death of the Fat Boys, but also denies the reclaim for Team 1. That's a ouch. Megawith is not looking good for Team 2. It's taking some hits from some Percy's, but this Megawith also not looking good. It's probably just going to be a trade at this point. It's going to be pretty close. Oh, within like a second or two, the first one from Team 1 dies and that one from Team 2 dies. GC is falling back. That's the one that's had a lot more of the veterancy. This one's about to get 1-star veterancy. There he goes. Nuke is inbound. First real one, or normal one, I should say, of the game is online. Is it? Oh, well, that's fun. There's 4 Fat Boys. This one's going to run right into it. This one's going that way. That one's going that way. That one's going that way. So we'll kill off a chunk of the army. And that 1 Fat Boy. It may be lucky to grab that one, but I highly doubt it. It's going right for it. Oh, no. Kaboom. 1 out of 4. It's not. It's 1 Fat Boy. It's something, but for Team 2's eyes, they save 2 or 3 of them, so they'll probably take that trade. If they're going to lose one, oh, well, they're going to lose the second one here in a second. Oh, Fat Boy's pretty close to that GC. Oh, he might get lucky. There's a decent amount of Percy fire here. The shield, he does have 4-star vet. He has a little bit extra hit points. Ooh, he's dropping hit point 9, 8, 7, 6,000 hit points left. The veterancy wouldn't have been a problem for him because he would have survived anyways. Billy Nuke impacts the shielding. Nothing too crazy there. Team 1's going to build some Team D and call it a day. Artillery is done for Team 2's player. Actually, no, it's not the player that... oh, no, player up here from Peenutzzz is online. This is a disruptor. The Duke. He's going to take some ducats here shortly, moving in to attack the air grid. Shield is already online. Shielding is starting to fall, though. And that's not looking good. Second shot, inbound, takes out the shield. Actually misses and does still take out the shield. At least takes it off the line. Nuke is done for Frost. So both of the remaining UEF players have Nuke, and I love this satellite targeting the SMD. You wipe that out, allows the nuke to come in to blow up other stuff. Love that tactic. It's kind of a nice little 1-2 punch. Upgrade to Billy, says Weeb, talking to OriginalAngel. He has T3 engineering speed online. It just would take 2 upgrades to get him. The first one would be very quick. The second one takes a little bit longer. Fat Boys are continuing to push for Team 1. Looks like one of them died for Team 2. The other one, that's a newly minted one. This one's the one that's been alive for a while. Here says Rikki-Tikki-Tavi talking about... there's nothing there. I don't know what he's talking about. There. What? What are you... what? No idea. No idea what he's talking about. Anyway. Satellites still roaming around. Again, one of the best things to do. Target, PGens, target exposed mexes, target all the stuff that isn't shielded. Start wiping out eco, because Team 1 really hasn't gained that much eco in a while. Team 2... it's about 2.2, so again, nothing really big in that regard in terms of gaining 40 minutes on the clock. And in the north, GC is getting blanketed by Zeus fire, drops to in the red. Another bombing run of Zeus is inbound. Shield's going to save him a little bit, but just get absolutely denied. Oh, at least the shielding at a bare minimum. The bombers are probably going to get a second pass in, at least those ones. And Megawith and Fatport combo still pushing in. Shield is down. Soothsayer's probably going to die here shortly. That's game. Oh, no. There's the Billy Nuke. The upgrade has been started. Oh, that's unfortunate. Tons of mass lost for OriginalAngel. Drops him to 160. Oof. That's got to hurt. Let's see. What was that? 3, 6, 7... plus the satellite, I think it's 16 mass, so over 100 plus the... yeah, that's a decent chunk. That's a decent chunk to lose. That's got to hurt. T3 stopped for Frost for whatever reason. Oh, he's loading the missile. I think he's going to build T3. No, because I listened to... you tell me to go Billy. Thanks, why? Oh, that's why. And then another Fat Boys here for Team 1's 3-2 advantage. Plus the Megalith offering a lot of hit point protection and just distraction. Airfight to the north. Looks like maybe snipe attempt onto Just Q, most likely. Lots of gunships here from Yonagi. He might get him. Might being 100% will get him. Kills off a chunk of the ASFs with the explosion. Don't know if that's Team 1's or Team 2's, but it is a kill. Dropping it now to an even, once again, 4v4. And with that, his stuff will be most likely transferred over to Peenutzzz. Maybe split down the middle. This will be Peenutzzz, and that'll be Rikki-Tikki-Tavi. So just obviously the Storm initially. Storm's probably not going to keep most of that. He might keep some of it. He might like the eco, because now he's at 1.2 versus Yonagi's 1.1. And then in the north, Megawitz are dead. Lots of reclaim now on the map. That's a lot of reclaim. 400 plus thousand. I know it makes it very difficult to read with the everything in the way just because of where I put the mini-map, but yeah, it looks like that's 400 plus thousand. Explosion in the south. Again, that's the Boominik from Frost. And not going for the T3 upgrade. He's like, I just need to get Billy Nukes out, which is, and again, I don't blame him. Nuke spotted by Weeb. Oh, he's talking about Nuke that. That's actually not a bad target. 5 T3 mexes plus a T3 land headquarters. I mean, it's a chunk. It's one player's starting location. GG well played, says OriginalAngel. Looks like he's going to dip out. And Lee, I don't know if he'll actually control KO, just sit in the corner. I should not listen to Billy advice in future unless I have PGens for it. Oh, looked like he was building the upgrade. He lost all the... he didn't have enough power to build it. And then the shields went down and then it just went cascading. That makes way more sense. It's like I had a couple of shields on it, but you do see T1 Renegades going after that. Nice little GC. GC did nothing wrong. GC's just trying to live its best life and just get annihilated by all the everything. Satellite, again, the same one from him moving in. Technically it's the second one, but lost the first one. Artillery still landing near the air grid. Air grid is taking a hit or two, but it's not too bad. This section is not shielded, so that's not... Oh, okay, never mind. I can just throw those words right out the window because shield came back online. So just forget what I just said. Pump out Loyalist for Nuke. Talking about Weed Whacker, Billy Nuke specifically. Redirected, that's always fun. Megalith is too tall to ride the ride in the water, and so he gets shot at a lot. This is 4 Fat Boys. That's a freezer Fat Boys moving eastward. It's not a fat wall, though. That was 10. If you have 10 Fat Boys, just move them forward. That's my one and only comment. Like, just 5 of them. There's no one back there, but just people who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. That game. The things that happened to that game, specifically the fat wall that just would not move, was just astronomical to me. I mean, like, you have 10 Fat Boys, just move them forward. That's it. You'll annihilate anything. Even if you lose a couple of them, it's going to be fine. Another Nuke is outbound. Billy Nuke lands on top of the fatties. Nice landing there. Nuke is headed somewhere. I hit my caps lock. Oh, no, it's heading here. It's going to kill off some artillery. Neither of these are going to get hit. Even if they did get hit, they wouldn't die because they have more than 75,000. I want to say it's 72,000 for a nuke, but it's at least 70. I always figure I should know that. Me saying kaboom a lot. I should know that value. And there goes the nuke. Kaboom. Wipes out some stuff. Nothing too impressive, but hey, it's something. What's the cost? Almost 60 for 2 nukes. I mean, hey, eco-wise, it's not bad. Strategic-wise, it killed a Fat Boy. That's pretty much it. And some artillery. T2, though. And some mexes. And speaking of ands, that's not going to go well for that Megalith by any means. That one is probably going to be in the mid-yellows at the end of the day. It might actually not even take that much damage because it's focusing on the bricks. So, yeah. Anyway, we have another Billy Nuke again. That is one problem of having all of your units fall into a kill box is all of the guns from Team 1 can focus on one little target. The bug says hi, and the bug's going to get hit by some cougars, so I don't see that working very well for the bug. Yep, the bug's like, I am out of there. Team 1 counted that easily. Another dead Fat Boy, and now they're starting to breach the frontline perimeter. Another Billy Nuke's on the lane. Where are the cougars? You'd imagine with Team 2, like, who is it, Weed Whacker or somebody said, build Loyalists. Just build a few of them, and that'd be more than enough. Lands, takes out a chunk of the support units and the shielding for the Fat Boy. 32,000 mass for one fatty. Well, that fatty is dead now, but that's a lot of mass kill with one fatty, and it just got annihilated by strats. Oofda. Ouch. That's enough to kill a comm. That's enough to kill an air grid, mostly, depending on the shielding. Another strats inbound targeting this fatty. The Cougars are just laying into those Renegades. And looks like the air from Team 1 not able to intercept. Team 2 won the air fight earlier, and they're starting to push it a little bit. Again, the air experimental being built, the bug. I'm not a fan of the bug. Yeah, I know it's an air experimental. It does have worth. Not a huge fan of it, though. I make that comment every time, though. Every unit has a reason for being in the game. Some bigger reason than others. Satellite, second one back online for Team 1, so it's 2. 2 artilleries here, third one up there. SMDs are loaded. And there's a backup one here, but that isn't really going to... Maybe would help that one, but maybe not. I do like the artillery underneath the map, though. It's kind of hard to see, maybe, but that's underneath the map, just sailing down into the infinite void ocean. Okay, why are the two... No, stop targeting... No, stop having the T3 stationary artillery target the mobile Fat Boys that are also semi-artillery. But Monkey Lord's maybe going to catch up to one of them. That one, I'm surprised, is not dead. That one might die here shortly via the Billy Nuke. The Monkey might not even get there. I think the Monkey... Yep, that Monkey Lord is DE. ED. That thing is dead on arrival. DOA, whatever acronym you want to give to the dead, Dead Space, which is a good game, by the way. Good game series. Really liked the first one. Second one wasn't bad. Third one kind of, I think, wasn't as good. But first one, I think, is the best of the series. It usually is. And the remaster did very well. It very much honored the first game, or the original game. Anyway, Veterancy saves that fat boy, but it's almost dead, though. Another strap bomber is going to kill that one off, though. There he goes. That's another one dead. There's 3 more there now. Some loyalist for Billy, says Weed Whacker. Again, I don't like that's such an easy counter. Out of the way in the south. Nuke isn't kind of realistically needed. I mean, it kind of is, but there's one fat boy down here just providing some local defense, and looks like that's pretty much enough. Bug, says Weeb. I mean, the bug's been there. It's been heavily damaged already, even if that's the same bug, which it looks like it is. So, it's going to die here soon anyways. StormLantern, lots of crap. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 being built at the same time. Just spending that ego. I mean, he has 1.1k. Might as well spend the thing, which he's doing very well at spending it, to be honest. Don't know what that's about. In the south, another boom Nuke lands. It's up to 4 again for Fat Boys. This really like stalking that freezer where the Fat Boys, I guess. Air grid is starting to be chopped up, though, for Team 1's Yonagi. And T3 Eric orders is fine. Ooh, hit that ASF on the way out. That's unfortunate. Ooh, just caught the side of that AoE. Nuke is almost reloaded. The Fat Boys getting hit by, looks like, satellite fire. Honestly, not a bad use of the satellites, because 2 of them specifically can really rip the hit points apart, and it encourages the Fat Boy to not be here, allowing these forces to get even closer, which I do like that. ASFs are inbound for the bug. The bug is going to die. The bug will not be able to get out of range within time and land probably right on top of those bricks. Give it about 2. Oh, no. No, ASFs from Team 2 Storm intercept right at a good time. I don't know. I think Team 1 has this now, even with the reduced air grid. They're targeting the bug. The bug does get killed. Doesn't land on the bricks, though. Almost does. Megalith is now pretty much dead. Honestly, it's more of a just a clean slate for both the air forces. I mean, slightly in StormLantern's favor, but again, we're talking about a squadron, so even at this point, not really a big amount to be ahead. And Quantum Gateway coming online soon. No more artillery yet. No Game Ender, which I'm very surprised by in an 8v8 with players at 1.1, 1.3k eco. No Game Enders or attempts. Again, all technology is available, not to each team, but at least in the game. You'd expect maybe 1 player to go for it, but no, not yet. 4 Fat Boys still pushing and just abusing that 1 Megalith. Just not having a fun time today. I just wanted to have fun in the sun, I guess, and just gets absolutely annihilated. That's unfortunate. Fat Boy dead down here. Looks like it was the same one used for local defense. I think it pushed too far. It went too close to the sun. And Billy Nuke is inbound, but it's not going to do anything because those TMD are going to wipe it out. Well, I guess if you're not going to get Loyalists, you might as well build TMD. That'll work. Insta-kill that Fat Boy. Oh, sorry, that Billy Nuke. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. That may or may not have been caught on the mic. It probably did. It's probably a high enough pitch to be able to be caught regardless of the noise gate I have on it. It's just so much firepower inbound from Team 1. They are starting to push it a little bit. But if they do get it in the water, though, that's probably not the best bet, because once they pop out, there are some Ravagers within range. So probably best to go around the pond, at least with the Fat Boys. If you want to hide them in the water, that's a different story. But, just traversing them through without having this stuff on the other side dead, probably not the best idea. And all accounts, Team 1 is doing very well. They have control of the prime meridian bar, the middle of the map. Nuke pointed. He's still saying nuke this. Again, it's an easy option, to be honest. I mean, there's no SMD nearby. That's 5 T3 mexes. Some of them aren't even fully ringed. So, I mean, it's not a bad option. It wipes about 100 or so eco from StormLantern. It's something. And it would definitely be a valuable nuke. Because, again, how much mass per second is he going to lose? 100 initially, and then every second another 100. Nuke is not going there. It's going northward? I don't see the icon anywhere. Oh, it actually might... it might actually go for that base. I didn't see it anywhere nearby, though. It's, yeah, it's on roughly that... No, I think it might try to be going after this. We see even the forces from from Frost, they saw the nuke, and they're like, nope, moving out of that range. Yeah, it looks like it's going for the yep, and it's going to clip that Fat Boy, and that's going to be a dead Fat Boy and Ravagers. Kaboom! That's a large section of the defense force wiped out. And yeah, the Megawitts have to push at that point. Kill off as many of the Fat Boys. Delay the push as much as possible, giving time for Frost to get something back online. We do see one Fat Boy right off the assembly line. Bowie Nuke is outbound. Second Fat Boy is down. And TeslaMax is defeated by StormLantern by some strats. Oh, and he's saying patrol, because it looks like the ASFs were maybe on patrol, maybe. And it just right when they went south, strats went in, killed them off. Oh, that's a nice grab. Team 2's now in the lead once again for comms, left alive at 4v4. One crab remains. One Fat Boy might get out of danger. Some of the shots are missing. Two more burst. Apologies. One more burst. There it is. Another Fat Boy dead, leaving Team 1 just technically 2 within range. Killed off 3, I believe. But still so much reclaim on the map. Currently sitting at 500,000 mass on the map. More than enough to build essentially 2 game enders at that point. But more than yeah, it's enough to build 2 game enders. Second artillery installation online in the north. There's 4 artilleries up here. Maybe no, that's not gonna get close enough. SMD was pinged. It's not even firing at anything. That's unfortunate. Kill SMD, says Legend. I mean, if he kills off the one SMD, that entire base is dead. A little bit of a weak point for Team 2. I was gonna say weak thread, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Teleporter started for Rikki-Tikki-Tavi. He is Cybran, so it looks like Laser might be online for him again. He is one of 3 Cybrans for Team 2. Actually, all 3 Cybrans are still alive for Team 2. Team 1 missing their Aeon, 2 of their UEF, and 2 of their Cybrans. So Bowie Nukes and Telemasers are still a possibility, but they are unlikely. Still likely, but not unlikely. Sorry, they are possible, but not likely. That's what I meant. Laser is started again. Rikki-Tikki-Tavi. You're gonna build Laser or Teleporter. You're gonna build the other one most likely. Very rarely do we see one built without the other. The only time we see the Laser built without the Teleporter is the the Laser cloaking situation. Oh, it's like the only situation. Fat Boy not having shield, not the best idea, but the bricks and Percy's are moving eastward, probably targeting the 2 artilleries, and I would assume at least the SMD. There's 5 of them loaded in there too. Peenutzzz is like, I'm not getting anywhere near that fire. And there's forces from Storm moving in to intercept. Strats are coming in to help a little bit. That's going to help a chunk, but hits the unit that's already dead. The Megalith is almost built, and there's a lot of PD. These ones are now within range. They might kill off maybe a Pigeon, but they're not even going to get that close. And again, Team 2 has 4 artillery pieces. I am surprised that these aren't under control of the same player, just so that they can micro their shots better. Nuke spotted by Dorset. There is another one on the edge of the map. Team 2's known about the other one, right? Yeah, they've known about the other one for a while. Looks like they really don't like the Novaxes, and I don't blame them. I know why the Novaxes get a lot of hate. Some of them see them as kind of cheap, and I get it, because you can't target the actual unit. You have to target the station, which is somewhat easily defendable. Oh, that was close, but it still clips the other one. So one of the 3 are dead, which I don't even know where all of them... There's one down here. The other one died, so I don't know where it is. There's one up there. I would assume the other one was down here. Yep, there it is right there. Nice little satellite wreck for Frost to scoop up. Help fund his future Fat Boy stocking. Maybe that's what I should... Instead of producing, he's stocking the freezer. There. Oh, that's a double kill on the satellites. Now it goes from 2 to 0. Team 1 still has the 2... Sorry, Team 1 still has the 3 nukes. There's one down here. That one was newly built. Yonagi going for the Hyper 2001 approach of just building 1,001 nukes. But with 4 artillery pieces online, it's a lot of firepower to resist. And as long as Team 2 holds the front lines in the north and the south, I don't think Team 1 has long. Again, this game still goes on for another 15 minutes, so anything is possible at this point. But I'm kind of surprised they haven't targeted the nukes yet. This nuke is loaded and ready to go. 112,000 mass killed. They are targeting the exposed one first. I don't blame them. That shot is way wide. 108k mass income right now. 2 Scathis, 2 minutes. Is he talking about the eco for Yonagi? He's saying you can build a Scathis in 2 minutes. That'd be a very quick Scathis. Nuke is outbound just in case the nuke gets blown up. Definitely smart there. Going right for the fat boys. Oh, that one's going to die. That one should be fine. That one's probably going to die. He might get all 3 if he's lucky. He's going to get this one for sure. He's going to get this one for sure. It's just this one that's questionable. But he might. Oh, it turned right. He's going to get all 3 of them. It's going to hurt. Remember, 112,000 mass killed. And he's going to get... Oh, no, that one backs up. Let's see if that one gets out of range. It does, barely. Boom. Nice shot indeed from Legend Lore. 174. So well worth the nuke. 2 fat boys. A lot of attack power and range on those. Nice grab. And looks like that nuke has earned it its last couple of moments. This nuke is dead over here. There's still a nuke down there. Billy nuke land. Ooh, that's a nice grab. Killing off some mexes. That's a nice grab from Frost. Nuke is... Where'd it go? Dead? Oh, yeah, it's dead. There it is right there. And... yeah, there goes that nuke. It's the only nuke left on the south side for Team 1's Yonagi. I'm surprised it's still not building Scathis, still not building any game enders. Either team. Nuke is online for Frost, about maybe 10-15% loaded. And I don't see any... yeah, no game enders, which is just so odd. Nuke here if you want, if you have 0, if you have to. It's, yeah, still... multiple people have talked about nuking that base, and it still isn't hit. I don't know why. Nuke says Dorset. Yeah, you saw the other one. And it's gonna be targeted. You know it is. Something like that. It's out in the open. You know, you have 4 artillery pieces. You could easily have 2 of them target that, 2 of them target something else. I still think they should be targeting maybe main bases, taking out eco and stuff, but at least you're killing off viable targets at a bare minimum. You're not just targeting one random mechs in the middle of the map kind of thing. T3 landing quarters is getting hit. OriginalAngel. Actually, he did not control K. He's still in the game. I thought for some reason he did, but he did not. T3 landing quarters getting hit. That's never fun. Are Team 2 going for kills now? They may be going for kills. They don't know where CupofDoggo is. They don't know where Yonagi is. I will note that the north is starting to not look great. The south has not been looking great for a while, but it's just been a slow back and forth. The Billy Nuke has been helping out a ton. 113,000 mass kill just with that Billy Nuke alone. And that's a dead fat boy. 100%. Here comes the Billy Nuke. There's no way that gets killed off or redirected because I don't see Lawrence. There he goes. Boom. Now he's up to 139. Yeah, he's just raking in the kills. 358 units killed or structures killed. Yonagi, we could make Scathis, honestly. Yeah, like, I don't know why they're not doing that. Like, why are they not? Yeah, they have the pond that they're building Fat Boys in anyways. You might as well build a Scathis there. It won't be spotted by Team 2. Satellite's now online. Oh, that is not looking good for Rikki-Tikki. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's what he's doing. What? Did you cancel that? I don't know where he was going, but it looks like Team 1 maybe saw him and he canceled it. The engineers are moving. It looks like, I mean, honestly, CupofDoggo just needs one Cybran engineer. He could just build it himself, to be honest. Nuke is dead. 3rd nuke dead for Team 1. It's like he's trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen. Looks like they are hunting OriginalAngel. Look at that. I don't know why. I mean... he's not really controlling anything. Yeah, he'd get the stuff back from a teammate that dies, but he's the only comm that's visible. Everybody else on Team 1 is in the pond, and unless Team 2 just makes an assumption that they're there, then that's the only one that's targetable by artillery. Easily targetable by artillery. because they can see them. Fat Boys in the south. Again, they're kind of actually lacking on the Fat Boys now. There's 3 of them now. A lot of the forward momentum is slowing down. We have, again, a couple of Loyalists. Actually, a decent chunk of Loyalists here. And Bricks just hanging out. Yeah, they could just go wipe that out themselves. Then they would get there in time, even if the Fat Boy was shooting at them. Because some of them would still make it. And ASF's hanging out up there. Strats running around. OriginalAngel, again, 3,000. He's going to die to artillery. I just know he is. He's trying to bob and weave. But that one, yep, I was going to say, that one's probably going to get him. There he goes. Killed off by Peenutzzz artillery. And GC's coming to say hi. Fat Boy is, I was going to say, how is that thing not dead? And it's dead now. And GC gets some veteran save. That's going to save him a little bit. But, again, those Cerberus are really laying into him. Artillery just hanging out. Just think we're going to keep firing our dukage. Take some Duke tax. If you've ever played the card game Coup, it's a very fun game. It's a very fun social deduction game, Coup. Oh, that was an SACU. Oh, wait, but no, it was Rikki-Tikki-Tavi was killed off by Yonagi by some strats that were running around. Why did you target that? Well, that seems odd. Sorry, I was distracted looking at the Dukes, but that seems odd. But now Team 2, it's 3-2. Still in favor for Team 2. It was 4-2 a second ago. We have a Crab that's kind of just running around for Yonagi. Not even contested at all. There's some strats here. There's a Monkey Lord here. There's more strats here. They could easily, what is that? About a dozen? Almost a dozen and a half. What is that? 3,000 damage per bomb. That's 18, so it's 54,000. So it would take 2-ish full bombing runs, a little bit over that. Because you'd be at 10,800. Yeah, there's a chunk. Looks like it already took some damage, so it's going to be just 2 bombing runs. And boop, boop, boop. Yeah, he's already at 50%. Oh, yeah, he's dead. I mean, it's some reclaim for Team 2, you know. I don't know why it went that way. And there's nothing within that vein to take out. I mean, there's an SMD there, but that's not within range at all. He maybe could have gotten close, but didn't go that way. Artillery is now targeting this over here to the west. Looks like they're targeting CupofDoggo's base. Still not going for anything big and exciting, which, again, I think is such a missed opportunity. From both teams. Neither team is targeting anything big and exciting. Satellite started for Frost. We're almost approaching the 1 hour mark. The northern side is, I think, starting to collapse for Team 2. There's a lot more forces making it to that side of the map for Team 1, and I think eventually it's just going to be a war of attrition, and Team 1's going to win it. And Team 2 is focusing more on the south. Because I think Storm is kind of doing kind of going back and forth constantly, and that's eating away at his eco. Or sorry, his APM. The same for Yonagi for the somewhat part. It's all him on the north, some of him on the south. Another nuke is done. Another nuke is done. And it's mainly just been CupofDoggo pushing that southern front. I mean, yeah, there's some forces down here and whatnot, but your artillery is more useless than my feedback. What? What is that mega? A little distracted, says Tesla. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, or just unaware of its surroundings. Something like that. Another GC's. There's so much. He makes no T4s, says Rick. Neither of them are making T4s. Looks like it's still 500,000 mass on the map in terms of reclaim. Total mass accrued. We're approaching 1 million for both teams. So almost 2 million mass accrued just from reclaim alone. About 12.5 million mass accrued in total. And don't encourage him. He makes no T4s and no units. Never motivate them. It looks like they're just commenting on stuff. Strap bombers kill off almost 1 to 2 Fat Boys. Artillery. Oh, sorry. Those are missiles. Never mind. That's an artillery. Drive reverse psychology. Don't make units. Imagine we win. You never know. Is that a... Oh. That, I mean, it's not a full 20 by 20. That should get there within time to kill off both of them, maybe? Oh, yeah. He's going to stop. Oh, no. They stop. That is not good for that. Oh, kills off that Fat Boy, though. Lies. Oh no, the monkey boy's gonna run right into it. The monkey boy's gonna run right into it. Oh, the SMD got it. Ooh. That was. Oh, it wasn't as close as I thought it was, but. Oh man, it was like, oh, it made that turn. Oh, it made that turn. No, it's in range. It's in range. It dies now, so only delayed. It looks like something make it past, but. No, it's just Fat Boy. It literally is just Fat Boys and Megas. That's only being built. Team 2 has access to Chicken Tech. Team 1 has access to GCs. At least they are building a couple of GCs up there. Building more of them anywhere else? No? Just a couple? They make a unit. Wait, what was that? They make a unit for that. It dies now, so only delayed. They make a unit for that. Without Megas, his base dies 30 minutes ago. Oh, without Megas, yeah, that's probably true. Now all the artillery focusing on the base. Yonagi gave my base back when blue died. That I gave to blue. We win already. So he's just not satisfied with his teammate, it looks like. Again, I don't get into that. I just stay out of it. I stay very neutral as much as I can. There is a few things I will call out. Usually when it's really bad mouthing is when I'll call it out. When I notice it, because sometimes I don't notice it, but for the most part, I just stay out of the, this player is this rating and he's playing this rating. I'm like, well, he could have had a bad game. Some players play above, some players play below. Rating is, like I say, just an average. It's like a guideline than actual rules sort of thing. Just to quote Pirates of the Caribbean, one of the best movies, of course. First one, at least. The first one's such a good movie. I think the intro scene with Jack is probably one of my favorite scenes of that whole movie. It's just it speaks so much to his character in that movie. It's absolutely such a good scene. 1 hour, if you're still with me in the game after an hour, I really, really appreciate talking about pirates and ice cream sandwiches and, the ice cream within the ice cream sandwich. But this amount of gunships, those are the broadsword kind. It's going to hurt Team 2. Multiple Fat Boys going to die here. They all hit the position, didn't even kill at 10 strats. Oh, yeah, that's... Well, there was a little bit of overlapping shield, to be fair, but... Yes. I mean, it was at 20,000, so if there was 6, it wouldn't have been enough to pierce. 7, it would have been enough. Shoot TML, says OriginalAngel. Oh, talking about... Those ones are loaded. Are they even within range of anything? An Omni, a couple of Omnis, Megas, but the Fat Boys have that under control. They can target maybe some artillery. I don't know. I don't think it's the Omni. I think would be the best thing to target with those, to be honest. Looks like the artillery is still targeting the base for CupofDoggo, and the gunships fall back. Well, there's some AA in the area for Storm. Not too bad. It's really concentrated here, though. I don't see a lot of AA in the north. Retarget artillery. Nuke is outbound from Team 2. First time in the game, Team 2 outputs a nuke. Regular one, at least. Oh, in the Trail of Tears, Fat Boys. Oh, one dies on the way anyway. That's going to guarantee the death of at least 2 of them. If the third one... that one is going to be fine. Honestly, no, that one's dead 100%. That one is out of range. Kaboom! Doesn't even get EMP'd. Again, it kills one of them, which is better than nothing. The worst thing is, does a nuke make a sound when no one's around to see it or get killed by it? No. That's my opinion on it. I think ages ago that happened where a nuke killed nothing, and I just went... That's what I did. I didn't even do a boom. I just literally didn't even respond to it. I was like, well, I watched it. That's all I'm going to say. Nuke. Yep, pointed out by Eco. Yeah, that was probably Storm's writing. Not Storm, sorry. Legends writing a long time ago with a nuke. Oh, gunships on the northern edge. Ooh, that's not good for Team 2. All the bouncers are on the front line. All the AAs on the front line. Team 1 said, nope, hook maneuver. And looks like artillery... Wasn't there a second artillery here? Did it die at some point? I swear there was 2. It was definitely 2 artilleries there. It looks like one of them died. Oh, and they're just wrapping around the edge. Oh, no. The artillery's going to get hit. Oh, and they went around most of that. ASFs are inbound. The bouncers are trying to catch up. That's not going to help. 1 hour, 5 minutes on the clock, and I think it's going to be a reversal. Team 2 was, for all intents and purposes, really poised to win this game, but this one gunship run is just going to absolutely... It depends how long the gunships live for. If they don't live for that long, then it might be a different story, but you think we will be on Guile cast? Well, you're on my cast, so there's that. That's I love it when those comments are made. I just think it's funny. It's like, are they going to be casted? Maybe. And why are they not hitting the other artillery? I have no idea. Why aren't they hitting the P-Gen? I have no idea. Shield pops back online, but the gunships, again, are barely underneath the shielding, so they can target them. First and second one are down. The one to the north is kind of still there. Did what? What? And there goes all the artilleries for at least StormLantern. Completely ignores that one for whatever reason. And speaking of gunships, there's some gunships they split off from the main group, it looks like. And Storm is sitting over here. He might be a target. Once they see him, he might be targeted. He has cloaking. Does Team 1 see him is the question. They do not. They don't see him. So, they're talking about targeting SMDs. There is some AA down here. I mean, this again, the broadswords are pretty tough, and a lot of them have veterans. Oh, the explosion kills off some of them. That's unfortunate. Just because, you know, the explosion height is actually tall enough to hit the gunships, which, I don't know. Maybe it should be a little shorter. I don't know. But it is kind of nice. Like, if the gunships do go after it, it's kind of a risk. Like, well, you might die by the explosion of the P-Gen, so, you know, be mindful about that. 2 satellites are still online for Team 2. There's 1 artillery still online for Team 2. There is a nuke online for Team 2. Team 1 has 1 nuke because I think the other one died. There's a bunch of strats down there. Oh, there's even more. Now probably strat says Tesla. I mean, it is a good option. Monkeywood chasing down some fatties. That's not going to go well for anybody in that situation. Mega just got finished, it looks like. I'm dead. I think he notices... Yup, 100% notices them. How does he notice? Oh, within radar range, I guess. He probably saw them earlier. They don't have the stealth field online, so they are still visible. Wait, are those... No, hold on. Oh, no, that's jamming. That's not stealth. I keep thinking they're the revenants. They're the ambassadors. That's what they're called. I know words. Words are important. Words are hard. CupofDoggo getting hit. His shield is still online, though, so it can still regen and be online. That is one thing to take in mind, though, is that as long as your shield is still active, it can regen. If it goes 100% dark, just like a regular shield, then it has to fully regen. So if you can get, 1 HP still active on it, then, it'll still be active. But if it ever goes off, then nope. You have to fully wait for it to 100% recharge. That's... 20? Plus 1 wasp for whatever reason. I don't know why my game... Yeah, that's 20 straight bombers. I have a target in mind. I don't know if he's going to go for it. I mean, they might go for the big glowing one, being these ones. Yeah, yeah. I think Eco Player's like, oh, they're going to target... Nope, they're going to target the comm. 22,000 hit points on board. He's been really a pain in Team 1's butt. 173,000. Oh, he dodged some of the bomb. Hey, good dancing feet there. There is some AA nearby. Still enough gunships to kill him, though. All the shields are down nearby. And there he goes. Team 2 loses another player. 1 hour, 8 minutes, leaving just Peenutzzz and Storm. It is a... Oh, I didn't even take it off of Reclaim. Apologies. It is 1.9 to 1.5 eco. Nuke is inbound to the north. Some SSUs are going to die. Srinkum's going to die. That's never fun. Yep, there they go. And it's 2-2. Storm has everything except for Peenutzz's base. And then same thing for CupofDoggo. It's literally just Yonagi and then CupofDoggo with his base. Kill strats and nuke. No. Let just kill calm and give best player even more advantage. Says OriginalAngel. I felt better. Oh my. Okay, I'm just gonna maybe stop reading the chat at this point because there's just a lot of back and forth. Does Team 1 see the comm? They do. What? Oh, because of the satellite. I'm like, how the heck does Team 1 see the satellite? I still think to just balance the satellite a little bit, maybe just reduce its visual range and then reduce its omni range maybe. Like maybe make the visual range maybe like right about there in the middle of the two rings and then reduce the omni to maybe like the red ring, like the attack range. Maybe, because it does seem like that's a decent portion of the map just constantly visible, both in visual contact and omni, and that's when it's going to keep the comm visible. The Team 1. Oh yeah, and even Tesla's like move it this way because do they still see him? They pretty much still know he's there. Are they going to ground fire him? What's going on? Gunships are getting hit on the way in. They are. It kind of looks like they're ground firing. Yeah, it looks like they're straight up because they don't see him. They're just ground firing him. Now they see him, I think. Yeah, they see him now. There he goes. There goes StormLantern. Oh, he's underneath some shield for a second. Not going to matter, though. Boom. There he goes. Team 2 loses another player, just leaving Peenutzzz remaining. And that's a GG in the chats from him. And Team 2's player remaining of Peenutzzz control Ks. And there he goes. Everything got destroyed by StormLantern, but the game was already over at that point. Team 1 wins it again. Oh, look at that! CupofDoggo got hit right at the last second there. I think I was by a nuke too. So if you want to get, technical, Yonagi was the sole survivor of this match. But Team 1 wins it. I'm surprised that with all the artillery bombarding this position, it didn't just keel over like I thought it would. But Team 1 wins it. I mean, it was just a slugfest for a long while. So no game enders, which is odd. No construction additional of artillery. It was essentially just these two and then the two that were up here. Team 1 built a couple of nukes. They built even more nukes. They were just kind of running around the map building nukes. A couple of them got fired off. Most of them were destroyed. I don't know. Like, given all of the land battle that was happening, everything, I mean, I feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe game enders would have been a little bit more satisfying. I don't know. It was still a win. Team 1 won it. I just feel like maybe it could have been a little bit faster if somebody had gone for a game ender. It didn't even matter which one, even a Scathis, even though that's, I think, the worst one out of the 4, would have at least encouraged the other team to expedite things a little bit. But, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't, because why not? At this point, hit the like button, subscribe, all the YouTube things that YouTube loves to see, of course. And I will see all of you in the next one.